If you were born in the 1980s, you grew up in two completely different worlds, and your brain never fully picked a side. You remember life before the internet. You remember when getting lost actually meant being lost, with no GPS, no phone, just vibes and a vague sense of direction. You also remember the exact moment technology changed everything and thinking, wait, this is either incredible or we're all in trouble. Spoiler, it was both. 80s babies occupy one of the most psychologically unique positions in modern history. You're not quite Generation X, too young for the cool detachment. You're not quite a millennial, too old for the full digital native experience. You're the bridge generation, the ones who had to adapt twice. And that dual upbringing left some very specific marks on how you think, how you cope, and how you move through the world. Let's get into it. The hyper-resilient one. Picture this. A kid outside from morning until dark. No adult supervision, no scheduled playdates, no one tracking their location. They fell off bikes, resolved conflicts without referees, and figured out boredom without a screen to rescue them. That kid grew up to be the adult who handles crisis surprisingly well, not because they're fearless, but because they've been solving problems independently since they were 8. Psychologists call this autonomous coping, the ability to self-regulate and problem solve without external scaffolding. 80s babies develop this almost by accident. Unstructured childhoods built a quiet resilience that shows up decades later as the person in the room who stays calm when everything falls apart. Maybe that's you, the one everyone calls when things go sideways, the one caught between two identities. Then there's this. You have a LinkedIn profile but you still write cursive. You use TikTok but you find it vaguely exhausting. You remember mixtapes and you also have a Spotify playlist for every mood. You live comfortably in both analog and digital worlds, but sometimes you feel like you fully belong to neither. This is what psychologists call bicultural identity tension, the low-grade friction of straddling two distinct cultural eras. 80s babies are the last generation with genuine pre-internet memory, which means every new technological shift requires a conscious adaptation. It's not struggle exactly. It's more like always being bilingual in a world that keeps changing languages on you, the nostalgic realist. Another profile, and this one is deeply specific to this generation. They'll tell you things were better back then. Saturday morning cartoons, playing outside until the streetlights came on, a simpler time. And they mean it, but they also know, with clear adult eyes, that back then had its own problems too. They hold the nostalgia and the realism at the same time without needing to resolve the contradiction. This psychological duality, warm memory coexisting with unsentimental clarity, is actually a sign of strong integrative complexity. Asterisk the ability to hold two opposing truths simultaneously without collapsing into one or the other. 80s babies do this almost automatically. It's why they can laugh at the past without being trapped in it, the quietly exhausted adapter. But here's the twist. All that resilience, all that adaptability, it comes with a cost. 80s babies have lived through more rapid cultural and technological change than almost any generation before them, and they did most of it without a roadmap. No one prepared them for, grew up in. The result is a specific kind of tiredness that isn't depression and isn't burnout exactly. It's the fatigue of someone who has been adapting for 30 years straight and is quietly wondering when the pace might slow down. If this lands, you're not broken. You're just someone who has carried a lot of change without ever being asked if you were ready for it. So which one felt like you? The unshakable problem solver, the one fluent in both worlds but at home in neither, the nostalgic realist who sees through rose-tinted glasses with perfect clarity, or the one who's just a little tired from all the adapting? Drop a comment. What year were you born, and which one hit closest to home?